watching.
Subscribe.
Hello, you're watching ScreenStalker, I'm Laurie Blake, and this is the gaming news. Have yourself a little super click party by hitting the thumbs up, whacking subscribe, and mangling the bell icon until it's completely unrecognizable to enable notifications, and leave a comment down below to answer our question of the day. Which Mortal Kombat character would you love to see make a return in MK11? But first, a little update on how full of penises Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Stage Builder mode has become. And our survey says it's cock-a-block. Now, the mode launched last Thursday and proved within hours that given the tools to invent almost anything you can possibly imagine, some dude somewhere will use those tools to draw a tool. Almost Freudian. With such a rapid TTP, or time to penis, you can imagine that family-friendly Nintendo were hot dogs being uploaded to their game about cute overweight plumber Mario hitting women and animals until they fall into a pit and die. Ninty did indeed spring into action, taking down plenty of the penis-related levels along with a bunch of other far more offensive stages that include the usual swastikas and the other racist iconography. Now, Eurogamer put themselves at risk of the ban hammer by uploading their own sausage-based stage and got this strongly worded response from Nintendo. You used obscene and/or sexual expressions. In the event that this violation is repeated, you may face penalties, including being restricted from using Nintendo account services. This is Nintendo's final decision. But reportedly, some of the other stages that have been hoovered up in this takedown spree have been some that are titled trans rights or feature the trans flag, which have been deleted, and some of their creators have even received short-term bans. Twitter user Warm Saflina received an email from Nintendo notifying her that her trans rights stage had been taken offline for inappropriate and/or harmful content, and her account was suspended for 9 hours. After speaking to a Nintendo customer support representative, she was told it was because her stage was considered a political statement, which no doubt has caused backlash against Nintendo from people saying trans rights stages shouldn't be considered a political statement because they're not. Though, interestingly, plenty of other trans rights related stages are available to download and play, so Nintendo is either struggling to deal with everything that it deems inappropriate or political, or it hasn't actually got a strict enough set of guidelines for mods to know what content is and isn't allowed. And even without the controversy over acceptability, this is most likely an unwinnable battle for Nintendo, to be honest, because for every penis Ninty takes down, 3 more will come and take its place, like some sort of cock hydra. Now on to something you don't want anywhere near your Smash Bros penises. Crabs. But crabs, a recent Super Smash Bros Melee tournament, had near its hungry box too. The worst place for crabs. At the grand final of Pound 2019, Juan Hungrybox de Biedma was taking on Joseph Mango Marquez, following him working his way out of the losers brackets and into the finals, eventually snatching the victory from Mango. And then an angry fan threw a dead crab at him. Okay. Thankfully, the crab didn't hit Hungrybox, but he knew about it, berating the audience after a brief moment of shock. He then took to Twitter to clarify exactly what had happened, because we all needed clarification here. Sorry for losing my temper. Someone threw an effing raw crab at me. After a 5-set losers run, barely missed my head. What the F, man? Anyway, GG's. No clue how I won that. The organisers of Pound have announced that they intend to permanently ban the crab thrower from future tournaments, and his name will also be distributed to other tournament organisers so they can give him a wide berth. Pound staff did say, though, that they do not intend to release the fan's name publicly, but I guess you'll know him by his smell. From crustaceans to cheetahs now, as much like Nintendo, Epic Games have been wielding the ban hammer with prejudice this week too. And it's right, they should, as they kicked off their high-profile Fortnite World Cup last weekend, in which players across the globe could compete in qualifying tournaments with $1 million prize pools each and every week for these qualifiers. Crazy money. But obviously the allure of that amount of money and the chance to go on in the tournament leads some players to try and get the advantage over others, namely circumventing the region locks to play in multiple regions throughout the course of the tournament and increase their odds of taking home a slice of the prize pool. In a blog post, Epic revealed that over the course of the week it banned 1,100 accounts who would use this particular method, and that included just under 200 winners who all had their prizes forfeited. Meanwhile, 48 accounts were banned for account sharing, including 9 prize winners, 8 were banned for teaming, which which is going into solo games with a friend and working together like a duo against all of the other solo players. And one account was banned permanently for using cheat software during the semi-finals, which some believe belongs to esports player Jonathan Johnny K. Kosmala, who was dropped from Team Caliber after he was found to have cheated during the qualifiers. Caliber tweeted, "We have released Jonathan Kosmala from our Fortnite team. We are shocked to learn that he has cheated during the World Cup qualifiers. This violation is serious and we have ended our relationship with him. We apologise to our supporters for his lapse in judgment." With so much moderation needed, I bet you Epic wishes they could just snap their fingers and dust all of the cheaters away. Well, they might be able to do something similar soon, as it seems Avengers Endgame themed content is coming to Fortnite this Thursday. Epic had a Thanos mode last year when Infinity War released, and it looks like they're going to have something in the pipeline for when Endgame hits cinemas this week. They posted a picture of a character holding Captain America's shield with the caption, "Whatever it takes." So, whether this is a new cosmetic item, part of a new weapon drop, or even something for a brand new game mode kind of remains to be seen. But we'll find out incredibly soon. One series that doesn't want a brand new game mode though, if it means stooping to be a dirty battle royale, is Halo. Now Halo Chief, not the Master Chief, but like the boss chief, Frank O'Connor, has no doubt been bombarded with questions about whether the veteran shooter series would be following in the footsteps of Call of Duty and Battlefield and moving into the 100-man battle royale space. Red versus blue versus maroon versus duck egg blue versus crimson versus aquamarine, so on and so forth, you get the idea. Which a video from often in the know Microsoft insider Brad Sam said developers 343 Industries were in the early stages of working on. But O'Connor said that would not be happening, at least not at launch. I haven't watched the video, so if I am misinterpreting the headline as Halo Infinite is launching with/as a Halo Battle Royale mode, that is not the case. You can probably make your own Battle Royale mode in Forge even right now though. It's a mode, not a genre. Though all of the modes for launch are currently unconfirmed and subject to change, so this could all just be a massive swerve. Speaking of swerves, Mortal Kombat 11's carefully plotted out PR plan was the major fatality this past week as the street date was broken in the UK by online retailers delivering it far too early, which left NetherRealm and Warner Bros desperately trying to plug leaks to stop the blood and guts of the game from gushing out all over the internet. Because gameplay footage from all the leaked copies revealed that Frost was the final unlockable character before NetherRealm could lift the veil on that particular reveal themselves, which they did do, but no doubt had their hand forced into pretty quickly after that all went live. And leaked gameplay of Frost in the game is all over YouTube at the moment, and you can bet that Warner is working overtime getting them all taken down on copyright grounds, which must be tough to justify overall, as you'd imagine that after the game's official release date, gameplay videos like this would be fine, so it's not really necessarily a copyright claim. Footage of the Switch version also made it out into the wild, showing off the expected dip in graphical fidelity, but the game running at a very impressive and rock solid 60 frames per second. Perhaps worst of all though, is that a potential list of DLC characters has been data mined from the game, and yes, I'm going to spoil them now, so if you don't want to know, then click on in the video, but I will say it's pretty exciting. Here we go, because the list reveals that series veterans Shang Tsung, Nightwolf, Sindel, Shiva, and Fu Jin would be returning to Kombat with a K as always. I'm doing it this way, but it's that way for you. While some guest characters from other series would be making the jump too, including Todd McFarlane's Spawn, Ash from The Evil Dead, Terminator, and Joker. And not even the schoolboy dweeb from Smash Bros, the clown prince of crime. Go back to school, other Joker, you dweeb. Now obviously this data mine doesn't confirm for definite that these are the DLC characters, but it does at least suggest that they are likely to have been looked at to some degree by NetherRealm. Some people who were supposed to get the game early though are the reviewers, and so far, interestingly, they've been overwhelmingly positive. GameSpot gave the game 8 out of 10, while IGN went one better with a big old 9 out of 10 review and praised the outlandish time-traveling single-player story, the amazing online experience, the deep combat, and the comprehensive tutorial mode. Because it was almost universally acknowledged that the fundamentals of Mortal Kombat hit the nail on the head and then just drove it straight out of the back of the skull, and then the blood of the humanity. but some reviewers couldn't get on board with quite how ludicrous the story supposedly gets, and others found the Crypt and the Towers of Time modes to be a little bit of a letdown. But to be honest, those are just extras. To my mind, all of this makes MK11 sound like it's going to be another one of NetherRealm Studios' hits, because they keep delivering rock-solid fighters that manage to appeal to competitive and casual fans alike, and now with all the customization options, people like me who only really care about hats. Hopefully we here at ScreenStalker can nab a copy at some point this week and start playing it on the channel soon. And let me know with a comment down below if that is something you would like to see. Thank you for watching, and don't forget about that super click party on the subscribe, like and bell icons, and leave a comment answering our question of the day. Now, if all the talk of the Mortal Kombat has got your blood pumping and your pulse racing and you fancy watching some people die, like a lot, head over there to check out our Sekiro Shadows Die Twice gameplay. I'll say now, we're rubbish, but it's pretty funny. I've been Laurie Blake, and remember, we're watching.